Yeah, being filmed while you're driving?
Yeah.
It's real awkward.
Like right in my face. Today, we're heading to Brisbane, getting a photo shoot done with Combat Analytics, who are going to be helping us with media coverage for the show.
They're so cool.
Pink, everything's pink.
Like
Yep.
just glowy.
Yeah. So,
over the top.
yeah. So we look healthy.
Yes.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's not. I'll just like to look less washed out, a little bit healthy, please. I remember in 2010 when Benji and I lived in California, the first time being introduced to the behind the scenes world of a Muay Thai show. Like I knew it from a fighter perspective and a student's perspective and a spectator, but I'd never really seen the behind the scenes of the organisation that goes into it and the business aspect. The reason I was in America was I had a pretty high level corporate job, and this sort of brought in my passion for business and Muay Thai into one, and a light just switched off, and I knew that one day like I'd have my own show. Right now I'm like just finalising our fight card, where we're at as far as how many available spots we've got left to match. I try to match fights according to style too, so there's a lot of fights out there that on paper they match up and I don't even ever present them to the trainers because I'm not interested. I just don't think that it's going to make for a quality fight or a fair fight. But she's at that weight that no one is at.
What about for Yolanda?
And Hannah. 6 kilos, but I love those kind of fights where you're like, they've got this, but they've got this, and like you genuinely don't know who's going to win. The worst part about Muay Thai, in my opinion, is that it's a weight division sport. It's so necessary, and we need to be in weight classes for obviously equal, fair, safe fights. But it's hard, especially for females, because obsessing over our weight's not great and healthy to do anyway.
What'd you get? Cookie? Yeah.
Typically I'm a 52 kilo fighter, but coming from that sort of post-baby situation, we didn't want to, put too much stress on the body, and 53.5 is probably a bit more of a healthier and safer sort of weight division for me. I am going to still cut a lot of weight to get to 53.5, and I feel like my bones are maybe just made out of fucking rocks. It sucks. I'm like Cartman from South Park. I'm just big boned. My strength and conditioning coach reckons I was like made to be a powerlifter. When in on fighting, powerlifting, I'm like, oh my belt.
Oh, my belt.
My fight career has not been very glorified, and I think that now I appreciate that more than ever, because like when we have our fighters coming up and our team, there's so many lessons I can teach them from my own experiences of adversity. I'm like, oh, like that's why I needed to go through those things. When you're like, what's one? I was like sitting there like, fuck, there is so many dumb things that I have done.
You're just so many.
Like so many. It's ridiculous.
No! You're still tilting! And you already do all that, so that's all fine.
Bring that back and then forward.
But what you started is...
And then my message just going forward. Facing the community right there.
Worst going to happen is punch your face.
One of the most, I guess, standout moments was when I was booked to fight Jada Ketley from Boonchu. She was at Boonchu at the time. There was quite a lot of hype behind her. She was up and coming. She was fighting almost every month. A lot of people were asking for it and wanting it and talking about it on social media. And it was like social media was really starting to blow up for Muay Thai community, and it was fighters could promote themselves and post up these really fancy little promo clips of them training. And the sad and scary side of that is that you can very quickly get sucked into believing everything you see on social media. And I was a sucker for that. I followed Jada and I saw that she trained really hard and every session seemed perfect, and she was just always impeccably fit, and she was, but obviously because of social media, we don't see the bad sessions. We don't see the struggles or the times when training isn't perfect. We just see the highlight reel. And I would just absolutely punish myself in fight camps, worrying about what I'd see from my opponents. I would turn them into a bit of a superhero, you know, just silly things that I just kind of made up in my head, which purely kind of came down to me just not believing in myself.
Yeah, so it seems like Nakia's holding back, just a little bit shy to pull the trigger this fight.
Yeah, sometimes other fighter styles just makes it very, very tough to get set, and that could be what she's finding at the moment.
There we go.
That's what I like it.
And there we go. She's pulling the trigger. She needs to let a few more of those go to this round, and this will be all hers.
And I did that for a long time, a lot of fight camps. Just didn't believe that I had what it takes. Didn't believe that I had what was necessary to deserve to win. And then when it come down to the fight, it was sort of like her round, my round, her round, my round. And going into round 5, we were definitely 2 apiece. And I was aware of that.
Couple of heavy left hands there on Nakia. She set it up with the right hook that time.
Oh, there we go.
Gee, she works right off that left side.
This is another very, very close round.
Yeah, this has been a great round.
Oh God, what an amazing fight this is. Nakia's come home strong in the final rounds, and
I'll tell you what,
I'm going to give that round to Nakia, I think.
It's come down to the last round again.
It really has. I think I've got them 2 apiece.
Definitely 2 apiece. Now let's get ready, folks. Round number 5.
And final round. Both women opening up like a house on fire here.
The female version of Rocky
There we go.
Creed.
I had everything it took to win, and I let it slip through my fingers, for sure. I just did not go into that fight believing that I had what it took to win. Then obviously after, I had to watch all the social media clips of me not winning the fight, and you know, hearing about all the praise about how, you know, she beat someone with more experience than her, and she's this new like star that's up and coming through the ranks, and all the things that I like dreaded came to life when I had lost the fight, even though it was literally hairline. But yeah, I feel like I made that sort of come to life just due to doubt.
What a match. Standing ovation from the crowd, as well as should be too.
A unanimous decision, the red corner, Jada
Very emotional, Jada Ketley there.
It's funny though, in our gym, Benj is better with the girls than I am. I'm better with the guys.
Tougher on the girls.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, just stop being a pussy and fucking take it. Like, you can have that, they're like, oh, yep, and then by the end of it, they're like, oh, fuck, teach me harder, teach me harder. You can be beautiful and you can still be a killer.
It was fun, and it felt like, and I was like, it just hit so hard.
The last time I was sort of consistently training for fights, I was having to do a lot of external training. Whereas now we've got a couple of guys that are like around that 60, like fighting at 60 kilos. So they're bigger than me, but not so big that it's not useful. But they're strong and they push me. And when I'm in there training with them, they're not treating me like I'm the owner of Double Dose. They're treating me like I'm their teammate. So they're in there pushing me hard, making sure I don't give up, which is like what everyone needs sometimes. It's just their teammates helping encourage them. Yeah, like one big part of me wanting to come back fight was to be there with them, doing it with them. We just have a good crew and they can help me like physically get ready for this fight, but also it's really nice just to have like that solid team to train with.
It's a man's sport.
Be a man or fuck off.
Yeah, that's it.